in the budget, we did raise property tax, we did raise personal income tax as well. But the problem with these ideas as a substitute for the GST is that simply the sums do not add up. Why? Let me explain. Again, if I may say, property tax on residential property yields only $1 billion in annual revenue. Today, how much more do you want to get from property tax? We've already raised it significantly this budget for the high-end properties. You want to get more revenues from property tax, you will inevitably have to cover a wider group of property owners, including in the middle income. Personal income tax, we've raised it today in the budget, but if you want to raise more, for example, as I mentioned in the budget debate, if you want to load all of the GST revenue on personal income tax and push it only for the top marginal rates, the top marginal rates will go up from 22% to 42%. Why would the top earners stay in Singapore and pay 42% tax? So again, inevitably, when you talk about property tax, any way to get more revenue will inevitably mean higher rates for a broader group of income earners. Or corporate income tax for that matter. Yes, there is BEPS 2.0, which may yield more revenue according to some estimates, but it's really too early to determine how much we will get from the changes in BEPS 2.0. The GST revenues alone are not even enough to meet our healthcare funding gap. 1.3% of GDP is the gap by 2030, but our GST increase only yields 0.7% of GDP. And this is healthcare alone. We have not talked about social spending, we have not talked about low-wage workers, early childhood, all the other meritorious things we want to do. So really, the question is not GST or these other alternatives, but we need GST and other alternatives. And that's why, from MOF's point of view, we will continue to study all other fiscal options, all other revenue options, and consider how best over time to ensure more resilient and more sustainable revenues for the future.